I love cameras. I love camera tech. I love exploring all the new and exciting ways we can utilize video for virtually anything. That's what I'm going to be talking to you about tonight. Video, how and why you should be using it right now. We're going to start with two images. This is a photo taken on a smartphone. And this is an image taken from a video, also shot on a smartphone. This is kind of the theme of the talk this evening. You probably have a smartphone. It's 2016. You're here at Tulane. Whether you're a student, whether you're a colleague or a friend supporting someone up here on stage. And, excuse me, you probably have access to a smartphone, know someone who has one. Maybe you have a camera at home or one you can check out from a media library, one you can check out from your local library. You also probably have unused editing software sitting on your computer right now, primitive as it may seem. The tools are all around you is my point. And these video tools provide us unique opportunities to, The tools are all around you if you just reach out and take them. It's time for us all to show, not just tell. Which leads to the next question. Why? Why should you shoot video? You don't really have a passion for it. It's not part of your professional life. It's not even really a hobby. It's barely a blip on the radar for you. We don't bat an eye at words, and I argue that video are just as useful for words when it comes to unique opportunities, again, because they are so affordable, and so available, and so effective at what they do. Our first example also leads into the most common question I also get. What if my camera's garbage? What if I really don't have very good tools for what I'm doing? The answer to that is Kendy. Kendy, K-E-N-D-Y, is a Parisian filmmaker. He uses a Canon Rebel T2i. This is a photography camera that came out over 6 years ago with video as a function after. He uses one lens, doesn't even do professional lighting setups. He uses only what's around him, and this is what he produces. It's a poor artist who blames his tools, and Kendy not only proves that old cliche, but also shows us that while these tools are affordable and available, they're incredibly effective. Our next example is a little more large scale, looking at the grassroots movement. In the summer of 2014, the Ice Bucket Challenge took the country and parts of the world by storm. The ALS Association helped spur this grassroots movement in which people would take freezing cold water and dunk it on their heads and video it. And they would then pledge money to the ALS Association, which is raising money to help find cures for ALS, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease. And these videos went viral. Over 17 million videos went up on YouTube in the summer of 2014. Summer of 2013, they had raised $2.8 million. With the induction of the Ice Bucket Challenge, that number skyrocketed to over $100 million. They continue this to this day. My final example I love to use is a local one. It's a local nonprofit called the Cool Cooperative. I've had the pleasure of working with them on several occasions. The Cool Cooperative focuses on using video tools as an education opportunity for at-risk youth here in New Orleans, primarily middle schoolers at the moment, though every year they increase the grades they work with. Because tools are so available, again, affordable, and so effective, we're able to put it in their hands. A film program isn't very effective if you really can't give them the tools to actually do it. We let them work with professional script writing software, editing software, high-definition cameras, and they get to go out and make things that they're proud of and they get to look at again. Beyond that, it teaches, beyond the trade, they get wonderful opportunities for growth and education. They learn how to work together. They learn why it takes so many people to make a movie and why it's so important to be safe and to know exactly what you're doing. A more specific example, one of our students, George. George is a pretty classic middle schooler. Can be a little rambunctious, high energy, has the walls up a little bit with the adults. He expressed interest in filming a school basketball game. So our director, John, handed him a camera, took him to the basketball game, and we had very interesting results. George was getting some shots, learning how to use a camera, really getting up there. But then he would get up on the sidelines, get up in players' faces. He would start filming the winning team and high-fiving them. And he would film the losing team as they walk off with their heads low after losing. Naturally, we had to have a bit of a conversation, but the important thing is that through putting a camera in his hand, we now had an avenue to talk to him about journalism ethics, integrity, documentary filmmaking. We were able to talk to him about the power responsibility that happens when you're given special access and a tool to capture what's around you, all because he had a camera in his hands. So I'm going to wrap it up here. We have words, both written and spoken, We have music, dance, painting, all sorts of cultural expression, all kinds of ways we communicate. Video is now a powerful tool, has become so available that it should absolutely be elevated to that level. There's no reason you shouldn't be using video. So my challenge to you, pick up a camera, whether it's your smartphone, a camera at home, checking out a camera from the library, wherever you can find one. Go out and shoot something. It doesn't need to be perfect. And afterwards, go and edit it, or don't. Color it and contrast. Mess with everything about it, or don't. Share it to Facebook and have people critique it, or don't. But the whole point is to stop for a moment, think about where you could put video somewhere professionally, socially, or even as a hobby, and think about the fact that you have 24 frames per second or more in your hands. And it's time we all started using every single one of them. Thank you.